Felix here. First IndyCar win at Road America here. Unbelievable feeling. Car was fantastic. There are the guys. Really big thanks to NTT Data. Obviously dedicated this one to John McCain, who sadly passed earlier this year. Big memory for all of us here at Chip Ganassi Racing. Also very proud to be powered by HVD and Honda. Fantastic power all weekend long. Really fantastic. First win. There's nothing better than that. Thank you, guys.
Felix, we've just been watching you on Instagram, that great little vid you did when you got out of the car after the race. But they do say that maybe the best moment is when you wake up on the Monday morning, the trophy presumably by the bed. How does it feel?
Oh, nice. It feels good. It was one of those victories. We've been close so many times, and it hasn't. It's just almost worked out. And a couple of second places. I had a pole position last year, my rookie season, and now everything just finally came together. And it was a good way to end the race as well with a fight with the Pato Award in the end. There it was even in the car, it was really exciting to follow. And I haven't watched the race yet, but it was definitely a bit nervy in the end. But that's how it should be. It shouldn't be easy.
Well, I wouldn't expect it any other way, Felix. It was a classic Felix Rosenqvist race, wasn't it? You're never going to do one from start to finish from the pole, let's face it. That's not you. Penultimate lap, round the outside. So tell us how much risk was involved there?
A fair bit, for sure. I think you have to be aggressive, though. It's almost like when you don't go in with confidence, then that's always when you do something stupid. You kind of have to really be determined and make sure you're going to finish the move, and that's what I did. I really wanted that win, and I think my team wanted it as well. The 10 car hasn't had a win since 2014, and it's basically the same guys who's been working on this car since then. So they are so hungry. You can just see every week, and they're like, almost got it, and yeah. Everyone was just so happy. It was amazing.
It involves risk. It also involves the other guy kind of cooperating a little bit. You saw what happened with Alex Albon and Lewis in the first Austrian Grand Prix. I mean, around the outside, you're always exposing yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I think in IndyCar, the outside always seems to work out better than in other series. I think it has to do with the characteristic of the car, but you see a lot more outside overtakes in IndyCar. But yeah, as you say, it definitely depends on who you're overtaking. I think Pato is pretty much like me. He's aggressive, but he always gives the room. He never really puts you in the gravel or in the grass, which is cool. A bit of touching, a bit of wheel banging, as it should be, but nothing too crazy. And I think that's part of the game, to know which guy you can do that with, because it's definitely a couple of them I wouldn't take that risk with. 3
very quick questions. Where you are now, is that your home? And if so, where is it?
Right now I'm in Indianapolis, so this is where I live during the season, and then I live in Monaco in the off season.
So what part of Indy, and what do you think about Indy? Living there, I mean.
So I live in Carmel, which is, I don't know if you've been there.
I know Carmel, yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, half an hour north of India. Yeah. I like it here. When I came here, it's very different. It's, Indy. It's not like Monaco or like Italy or something. It's flat, and you have all the roads are like in a net, and it's very different from what I'm used to. But
you've got Broad Ripple in the evening. You've got Eagle Creek during the day. What more do you want?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you're not there for the winter, it's great.
But it's like anything, you find your gems and your favorite restaurants, and most of all, I got to know a lot of good people here, and I really like it. It's good.
Second last question, Aeroscreen, happy presumably?
I'm happy on the ovals, I'd say, because it's making it safer. The ovals are always it's always a huge risk when you go out on an oval, obviously. I had my fair share of crashes there already, so definitely happy with that change, because it worked so well in Texas. The cooling was still okay, the visibility was okay. It just made the car safer, and it felt pretty similar handling wise. I think on the road courses it's been a mystery to figure out the car with that Aeroscreen. It's definitely not easy. It's so high up and it's a lot of weight. But it's been, I think that's been our strength this year in Ganassi. We've probably been the one who's managed to get our head around that the best, especially in race performance. And yeah, it's warm. Like on the road courses, it's very warm in the car.
I was going to just touch on that.
That's the only downside.
And peripheral vision is absolutely as before, I would guess.
Yeah, you don't really notice it because you have tear-offs as well. So sometimes you get a bit dirty, but then in the pit stop you just ask the guys to take a tear-off off, and it's basically like it wasn't there. So I'm pretty surprised how well it's worked, and they did a good job making all this happen in a very short time. Really good job.
The final question, Felix, and then obviously you've got so much to do today. It's kind of a difficult question, but I just wanted to know how you feel inside. Presumably you watched the odd F1 race, and that was the life that you had for a while, that ladder. You did so well in Formula 3, as we know, Lance Stroll. You see those guys there now. Do you feel completely separate now and living your own world and completely satisfied with everything that's going on in America, or do you still kind of look over your shoulder a little bit at what's going on in Formula 1?
I feel like when you go over here, you kind of separate yourself a lot, not because you want to, but because it's just the way it is. The time zone, the way the racing is different. It's just not really connected with the European racing. And you also, when you come here, you kind of have to prove yourself again, because I think over here they don't really care what you've done back home, which is another challenge. But almost, I'd say half the field in F1 today, I know, I've raced them, and none of them are my friends, and that still keeps me very close to it, and I follow all the races. I haven't obviously seen yesterday's race yet, but no, I feel still like I have a good connection to it, and I talk to a lot of the drivers, and it's good to follow. It seems to be a good season.
Great, Felix, I'll let you go. Thank you so much. We'll talk again, but very best of luck for the rest of the year. Keep it up.
Thanks, Peter.